Kenya and the International Monetary Fund (IMF) are expected to resume talks of a new funded program next month, with the discussions moving from the initial set date of January 2026. A fresh visit from IMF staff will come on the backdrop of a year when the multilateral lender played hardball against Kenya, terminating a multi-year arrangement in March 2025. NTV's Brian George explains.
The confirmation of new discussions by the National Treasury keeps hope alive that Kenya can still unlock a fresh funded program with the International Monetary Fund (IMF), an arrangement seen as key in assuring a credible framework of fiscal reforms to anchor debt sustainability. Kenya expects new funding from the IMF but has not budgeted for the same in subsequent financial years as it seeks to manage expectations on the outcome of ongoing discussions which commenced at the back end of 2025.
We should avoid taking loans from IMF because economies which are growing and are doing better should not go to IMF for loans. They should only have IMF to help them in a kind of review, peer review, and checking whether debt sustainability is working and all other fundamentals, and we are doing that with IMF. Loan should be the last resort for IMF. IMF only comes in when you have shocks or an economy is struggling. Our economy is not that struggling.
The IMF denied Kenya 109.7 billion shillings or $850.9 million in funding when it terminated a multi-year deal reached in 2021. This was after Kenya failed to honor conditions agreed upon, including the restructuring of Kenya Airways (KQ) and lack of restrictions on the use of cash from the Fuel Stabilization Fund, which was diverted to other uses. In total, the country failed to meet 11 out of 16 conditions, including placing curbs on spending, bolstering tax collection, and settlement of suppliers' dues. Kenya is also working to unlock financing from the World Bank Development Policy Operations (DPO), but has struggled to also clear 11 prior actions to free the disbursement.
World Bank, yes, we still expect about 750 million US dollars from them for DPO 7, and we are almost concluding our discussions around the conditions to be met and all that. And the World Bank was talking about March. We are telling them that we may need the money earlier, so we are trying to fast track so that we get that funding earlier. But there is no cause of alarm. Kenya's economy is a strong economy.
The prior actions include the further implementation of the Treasury Single Account (TSA), e-government procurement, and framework for faster approval of county government additional allocation bills. The IMF staff concluded their last visit to Kenya between 25th September and 9th October 2025, at the time assessing Kenya's prevailing economic situations with key indicators focused around fiscal consolidation and debt affordability. The bank still committed to support Kenya's economic growth in the long term. Brian George, TNO, NTV, Nairobi.